Hi, Pastor Brian here with your Thriving Through Hope devotional on how to be a better leader at home, work, and church. Today, I want to talk with you about shame. Living under the shadow of shame can be crippling. Shame for a missed promotion due to a mistake you may have made at work. Shame from a painful divorce because of an abusive partner that deceived you. Shame from past sinful behaviors others have become aware of. Shame and guilt from past experiences will separate us from God's best and keep us from living in the freedom Paul talked about in Romans chapter 8. There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. For in Christ Jesus, the law of the Spirit of life sets you free from the law of sin and death. See, in verse 1, Paul tells us we are free from the guilt of sin. In verse 2, Paul tells us we are free from the power of sin. Well, how can this be? Because as followers of Jesus, we are in Christ Jesus. If you've placed your faith, hope, and trust in Him, you are in Him. God does not condemn His Son, so He does not condemn those who are in His Son. Recently, I had a conversation with a follower of Jesus who was struggling to understand how to live outside of the shadow of shame and experience the full freedom of the Spirit. I explained it this way to them. Consider a parakeet who has lived its entire life locked in a small bird cage. Then one day its owner decides to set its feathered friend free by opening the cage door. Well, instantly the bright yellow bird is free to fly away. Now it's up to the parakeet to live in freedom or to stay confined to the cage. Indeed, it's free, but will it live free? If you are in Christ Jesus, you are free from the power of sin and guilt. God does not condemn you. Jesus clearly said God did not send His Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through Him. When Jesus rolled away the stone that Easter morning, He set us free from the power of sin and guilt. There is no condemnation for those who are in His Son. Now it's your choice to place your faith in Jesus and leave your cage of shame. If you're struggling to move from underneath the shadow of shame, I would encourage you to memorize Romans 8:1. There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Speak this truth to yourself each time shame tries to creep in and place you back in its cage. Now go make it a great day.